Oh, well, hi, Mr. Cotter. I think your camera is frozen. Oh, yeah, you're frozen, but well, it's okay. Well, you know what? I was listening to the message that you left me about your uh, literacy curriculum that you're using right now, and I was wanting to just share with you some great information that I just got from this in-service that I went to with Amplify. Yeah, Amplify, that great curriculum that we're using at the elementary. Well, we also have they have this program for 6, 7, and 8 now. It's called ELA, and I just thought I would go over your notes and just kind of show you what was the same and what was different with some of that. So, well, first of all, I was thinking about how you mentioned you're using, the different novels and the different leveled text sets with your kids. Um, and it is a different approach. So, and with this ELA program, all the kids have access to that same high quality, you know, um, rigorous text, that complex text. It is on grade level, and all the students are using that. But within it, there's a lot of scaffolding, right? So there's, part of it is read aloud. There's a lot of teacher modeling, kind of like chunking up that text, and there's audio support, which is wonderful. The recordings sound great. So the goal was really that we're keeping all the kids in that tier one core instruction in that same grade level text, but we're scaffolding our support, not changing the material, right? Because the research is really showing that when struggling readers, like the sweat hogs, I know several of them really struggle and have for a long time, but we've never really given them that chance to work with that grade level text. And then the research is showing that the more they're in that below grade level text, the gap just widens. So we're going to try to help rise those kids up to that complexity with some scaffolding. And so that was that. I think that was one of the biggest differences, but also maybe the most interesting, and I don't know, the one that was really making me want to learn more about the program, since it was such a shift from what you've been doing over there. So the other thing I was really thinking about that would also be different, and don't worry, there were some things that I felt like were very similar. Actually, some things I think you're really going to be excited about. But the other was that I know that you're sharing the responsibility of the ELA time, splitting up that reading and writing. And in ELA, it is an integrated approach, okay? And it's done very much on purpose. So all of the reading lessons lead into some type of written response. It might be a quick write. There's full essays, and they take the students through that, like step by step, really building on that stamina. And the approach, though, is that the writing is definitely connected right along with that reading segment, and that integration of the two of them, not dividing them into these separate times or separate, buckets, so to speak. Um, and it really leads to that deeper comprehension with the kids, you know, just being able to write about what they're reading. And, we've also seen kids just seem to enjoy writing more. It doesn't seem to be such a struggle because they have something to write about, and then they have that text there, you know, and that's also great because we know that, the end of state test, they're going to have to read that passage and be right there as well, so, yeah, but we let the kids, really get into that text first, and then build the writing off of that, right? Some other things that you mentioned, um, specifically, I was thinking about um, those assessments that you're giving, those summative assessments, and there's definitely that built in. Um, I am so excited about this. I'm going to show you right now. Share my screen to that page. Hold on a second. Let me get to where I need to be. And see, in this program, some of that integrated writing that I was just talking about is actually scored by the right there on the platform. It's just amazing. Here, let me get to, okay, here's, show you right here. So this was an example with the 6th grade that I was teaching, and this was the unit on the Greeks, okay? And then in that, I could go up here along that white bar at the top where it says reporting. I can pull that open, okay? Oh, went to the wrong link there. What did I do? Oh, well, here it is. This is gonna, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go to classwork. I went to the classwork tab, right? And then you can see all of the different activities and assignments and quick writes and exit tickets and that they've had to do. And then in that exit ticket, if I pull this one up, for example, this is so amazing. You can see, you know, here's student orange, you know, and student orange, this is the question they had to answer. I can see right there their answer. It scores it for them. And I can even look at, go here to expand it. Look, right? Yeah, I know. Apple, banana, and mango. They were out again. I don't know. They've missed so much school. But you can see here's, you know, what time Orange handed it in. These were the comments that I could leave, and there's a real quick way to do that. But I love being able to see that really in real time, just about, because then instead of waiting until the next week or so to do some targeted reteaching, kind of like you were mentioning that you use on Mondays, I can go in and I don't have to wait until then because I can see on a daily basis and get that feedback, you know, like right there in the moment. That really is helping me just, I don't know, identify kids, you know, early on that they might be struggling or having, you know, a difficult time with the content either of the day or the, you know, the week. So not having to wait until the very end to do that. But we also, ELA does have the summative assessments as well, just like you were mentioning. And oh, I was thinking too, yeah, those answer keys and the resources. Oh my gosh, there's so much in here that I've just been so impressed. One thing I'm really liking is that it really is supporting kids coming up with their own answers, but being able to ground their answers within that text, you know, not just waiting or looking for that one specific answer. Now, certainly there's times where I'm wanting them to details or that, but when they're justifying their answer or making a choice, you know, that's really about getting them in there to be able to analyze that text and make that claim, make a strong claim, find their evidence. And I don't know, there's so much in here. I just can't wait to get over to your side of town and sit down with you and show you more and just kind of dig in here with you. So just give me a call when you're ready and we'll get together. Maybe drag Julie along too, and that'll be fun. So, all right, well, give my man Horshack a hello for me, okay? All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.